Mr. Garner, good afternoon. Oh, let me, Mr. Goss, Council Bogowski would like to speak with you in a breakout.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you in room 2, Mrs. Glogowski or Mrs. Glogowski. Mrs. Garner, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have an offer here for you. It seems like let me make sure that
is Mr. Goss in the courtroom?
He's in the courtroom. I'm gonna put him in breakout room with Mrs. Glogowski first, and then I'll put him in the breakout room with you next if that's what you need.
Yes, sir.
So Mrs. Garner, and you can hear this offer for Mrs. Garner as well, Mr. Potts. Mrs. Garner has, and let me look and see if she doesn't have anything else in the 36th District Court world.
Hold on. I'm gonna put the volume back on here so I can hear it.
Who's talking? Miss Lyons. Miss Lyons, ma'am, in the bottom with the blue shirt on. Right, Miss ma'am with the blue shirt on, the light blue shirt. Yes, you. What is your name, ma'am?
Cassandra O'Neill.
Okay, Miss O'Neill, do you understand that you're in court right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's no smoking in the courtroom, okay?
I put it out. I already put it out.
All right, thank you. So Mrs. Garner, first of all, I want to make you aware that you have a warrant out for a case that started this year. Are you aware of that?
No, what is it?
It is malicious destruction of a building, $200 to $1,000. And that is in front of, it's a warrant out in Bryant, in Judge Bryant's courtroom. So that's something I'm not going to be able to help you with today.
Okay.
I also see, oh, that's not you. I don't know, maybe you. You also have something else, albeit a different birth year, same birth date, that's pending in front of Judge Patricia Jefferson. So I don't know if you know about that either. Scheduled for exam on July the 1st.
Yes.
Okay, so that's that. As far as these other matters, okay, I see. Yeah, 2 driving while license suspended. And 1, no insurance.
I have
Go ahead.
my license
You have your license?
now. Yes.
All right, for some reason, and let me look these up and see which one is in front of us.
Need me to look up something?
No, I'll look it up. I'm gonna print something out though,
Okay.
because it looks as though there are 2 cases out here for driving while license suspended. So this ticket that I have. And then you have another here. This is the one I don't. So I'll print it up. Okay, so here's the deal. And this is Garner and Mr. Potts. Mrs. Garner has 2 tickets on separate tickets. One driving while license suspended, and that ticket was that was offense date was January 26, 2021. And it looks as though it's scheduled for arraignment next month. So I told you, Ms. Garner, we'll try to make this as quick and as easy as possible in a one-stop shop. I'll pull that file and put this along with the other. And then along with that ticket went no insurance misdemeanor. It looks, and driving while license suspended, and then there's just a driving while license suspended ticket. So it's 4 tickets. I only have 2 of them in front of me, and I only have offers for 2 of them. It is your choice, Mrs. Garner, if you want me to try to incorporate all these on this one day, or if you want to take, that's okay, I'll do that. So we'll wait on the city attorney to come back, and then we will get that case so we can get an offer on all of those cases.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Your Honor,
Yes.
is Attorney Potts available?
yes, I'm right here. I was just about to ask if we go in the breakout room.
Okay.
All right. So what happened with Mrs. Gronkowski?
He's going to take the Michigan Defensive Driving course, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Lyons is in breakout room waiting on you, Mr. Potts?
Well, I spoke to him already, and that's why I need to speak to Mr. Goss.
All right, are you gonna go back in the breakout room with him?
He needs to be put in breakout room 2 with me, Your Honor.
All right, so I need all those ROAs I just printed for Mrs. Garner. Should be 2 of them.
That's not it right there.
This is 1.
Okay.
Oh, let me see.
Not
Oh,
one.
okay, they're probably 1. Okay, they're 1. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna wait for the city attorney to get back in here, Mrs. Garner, so he can put these other 2 and package this one deal together. I think you'll get a better result that way as well.
Thank you.
But again, you'll have the right to either take the deal, I'll let you talk to the attorney if you need to, or you can go to trial. I'll set a trial date.
Steve.
Yeah.
Let's see your phone.
Okay, Ms. Gronkowski, how would you like to proceed?
Hurry up, let's phone.
I spoke with the city attorney and he indicated that he'd like Mr. Gomez to complete a online driving class before he makes an offer. So if we may please get another date in about 30 days, we'd appreciate it.
All right, so I'm gonna ask Mrs. Garner and Mrs. Gentry to mute your phones, please.
All right, charge it up.
Mrs. Garner, Mrs. Garner,
She finally got back in? Okay.
All right.
I'll have to mute it for her.
Can I see Mr. Lyons?
Mrs. Lyons. Jermaine Lyons. Mrs. Jermaine Lyons. There's two Lyons, one Jennifer Lyons, and she hasn't spoken up yet. Okay, let's go on the record. Is that Dahar Gomez Hernandez?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Let's go on the record. This is the city of Detroit versus Dahar Gomez Hernandez. Case number SP 11480336, counts 1, 2, and 3. Your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Rachel Kowalski, P74194.
You're breaking up a little bit. Did you get that?
Yes, P74194.
Yes, that's correct. Apologies. Thank you.
Okay. It is my understanding that counsel, your client wants another pretrial date in order to have an opportunity and some time to take the Michigan defensive driving course.
That's correct, Your Honor. Yes, please.
Okay. And you had a chance to speak with the city attorney. So I have no problem. Would you like a pretrial date? I guess we'll get a pretrial date instead of a trial date. How about that?
Yes, please.
Since it's a online driving, pre-trial date, I can't.
Okay. I will give you, now, you understand that you have to take this class, and I guess the counselor wants proof of him taking this class. And from what I understand, he likes to find out a little bit about what Mr. Gomez Hernandez has learned from the class. So if you can ask your client to kind of take a few notes. Also, that Michigan Defensive Driving course.com, you want to select the 36 district court option. From my understanding, there's an option on there where you can select a court that you're required to report to. So what I'll do is, how about the date of 7/13/2021? Is that enough time, Counselor?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, and please, if your client finds himself in a position that he can't get this done in that amount of time, please zoom back in and we can see if we can get him some more time.
We appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you for your time today.
And thank you very much. Have a great day. Tell your client to have a great day as well.
Thank you.
You said Mr. Lyons, is this Mr. Lyons here?
I'm not sure which one. Mr. Fox.
Jermaine Lyons is the one that was here.
The one I spoke to in the breakout room, that's Jermaine Lyons.
Yes.
Okay.
So you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lyons.
Instead of FTD, we're gonna give them the vowing,
Okay.
just that he's in the process of trying to get driver's license, and that will send him back to get a driver's license. Some people with 15, 16 ain't gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
But this one, man,
3-month delay.
that's fine.
All right. So, Mr. Lyons, you're kind of getting a Christmas gift in June.
Is he still in the breakout room? He may still be in the breakout room. Let me
He's
see.
still in the breakout room, so
Yeah, you might have to close breakout room 1.
you want to go pull him out?
I only have access to breakout room 2 right now.
I'll put you in breakout room 1 so you can get him.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Who's on the D's Galaxy S20 FE 5G? You gotta unmute yourself. I'm gonna think that's Mr. D. Still gotta unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
What's your name? What's your name, sir?
Demarius O'Brien.
Hey, Mr. O'Brien.
We're back, Judge.
All right. So, Mr. Lyons, it looks like you're getting a Christmas gift in June here. The offer is to allow you to plead to 1 count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive, which is a 0-point offense. It does not abstract to the Secretary of State. However, I am going to fine you $240 if you take this deal, and the other 2 cases will be dismissed. And I will tell you, like I tell everyone else, I'll give you as much time as you need to pay. I do understand you want to take that deal?
Yes, sir.
I think that's a good idea. Let's call the case. Let me pull up Mr. Lyons and okay. This is the city of Detroit versus Jermaine Jarrell Lyons, case number SP 11483291 and SP 1148331, counts 1 and counts 2. Mr. Lyons, there is an offer in the file, as I just stated to you off the record, for you to allow you to resolve this by pleading to 1 count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive, which is a 0-point offense, which is not abstractable to the Secretary of State. That offer does include the ability to keep this off your record completely in that it is a 3-month delayed offer. I'll even take it 1 step further than that. I'll dismiss the case as soon as you pay that $240. And then along with that, the other 2 cases will be dismissed. It is my understanding you would like to avail yourself to that offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lyons, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lyons, you do understand that you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes, I do.
And you do understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right. You understand that?
Yes.
And has anybody promised you anything other than what was been stated on the record?
No.
And are you taking this offer on your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lyons, I'm going to draw your attention to December 22nd, 2020 at around 2:49 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Greenfield and Plymouth. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit Police Department?
Yes.
And at that time, were you asked to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't produce that license, could you, Mr. Lyons?
No, I was not able to.
And why weren't you able to produce that license?
Because I don't have one.
Oh, and you don't have one, meaning you never acquired a license or your license was suspended at that time?
I never acquired a license.
All right, the court is satisfied. The court will find you guilty of the amended count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That's a 3-month delayed sentence. What that means is, once you pay the $240, the case will be dismissed and you will not have the misdemeanor on your record. How much time would you need to pay? Well, put it this way. Let's make it easy. Let's say 3 months, September 15th.
Yep, that's perfect.
All right, so Mr. Lyons, the other 2 cases are going to be dismissed. If you find yourself in a position, Mr. Lyons, that you can't have this completely paid off by that date, you really need to zoom back in. This is really a good offer, and I'd hate to see you lose it.
Okay.
And the sooner you pay it, the sooner the case will be closed out and dismissed. So you can pay it. If you can pay it tomorrow, I would suggest you do that.
Alrighty.
All right. Any other questions, Mr. Lyons?
No, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
Or you too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Say that again?
Another line for the pocket.
Yeah, don't either. Jennifer Lyons was on the phone. She was. She's gone now.
She's going.
Maybe that was somebody with him. Mrs. Gentry.
Yes. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mrs. Gentry and Mr. Potts, I have an offer here, and let me look, see. I think I already did, but it doesn't hurt to look again and see if Mr. Gentry has something else out here that she doesn't know about. Yeah, I think maybe. Let's see. Nope. There's another, oh, that's Michelle. All right. So there's an offer in the file here. Have you ever had a license, Miss Gentry?
No, sir.
What's your driver record look like, Miss Gentry?
Actually, this is my first offense.
All right. You're gonna get a Christmas gift in June as well. Miss O'Brien, Mr. Darius O'Brien.
Yes, sir.
All right, you gotta put your phone on mute. Because there's no eating in the courtroom, but I don't know whether you're eating or not. It just sounded like you were opening something up. All right. All right. Okay, so Mrs. Gentry, the offer here is to plead to the single count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That is a 0-point offense. It does not abstract to the Secretary of State. The people are ready to offer you a 3-month delay. I'll go further than that, and I'll dismiss the whole case upon payment of the $240, and then other charges will be dismissed. You do have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Potts about this, and you do have an opportunity to take this to trial if you want to. So you have to let me know what your pleasure is, Ms. Gentry.
I'll pay the money.
I think that's a good deal. Don't you, Mr. Potts?
Most definitely.
All right. Let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Melissa Elaine Gentry. Case number SP 1143 3647, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mrs. Gentry, as I stated off the record, the people have a plea agreement that will allow you to plead to one count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive, a 0-point offense, 0 abstractable, under a 3-month delay, fine you $240, and the other 2 cases will be dismissed. I'll go one step further, and I will close the case out immediately upon payment.
Okay.
So it's my understanding that you want to take that deal. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Gentry, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So you can put your hand down. I'm going to draw your attention, Mrs. Gentry, to December 9th, 2020 at around 11:49 a.m. in the city of Detroit, in my old neighborhood near Woodward and Holbrook. Did you have an occasion to be pulled out by the Detroit police?
Yes.
What's her name? Miss Gibbs. Is that her name?
Yes.
No, that's not her.
Oh, okay.
I have, O'Neill. Miss O'Neill.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're doing, but it's very distracting, and you need to just pay attention or cut your video off or something, all right?
I'm sorry.
You're in court, okay? Do you understand that?
I understand.
You got the benefit of zooming in from your house. I don't need you to be picking your toenails or whatever, paint your nails or whatever you're doing, okay?
All right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Gentry. So, in the area of Woodward and Holbrook, did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police?
Yes.
Okay, and at that time, were you asked to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And could you produce that driver's license?
No, sir.
And why couldn't you produce that license?
I don't have one.
You never got one, or was it suspended or what?
I never got one.
Okay, all right, the court is satisfied. The court will find you guilty of the amended count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. The court will dismiss the other 2 counts, and the court will fine you $240 in the matter. Just like Mr. Lyons, I'm going to give you the date. This is a control date to pay by September 15th. Mrs. Gentry, I would hope that you can get this paid as soon as possible. The sooner you get the payment into us, the quicker the case goes dismissed. It goes away like it never happened. All right.
Okay.
But if you find yourself, go ahead.
Will I pay this online? Go online to pay it, or?
You can pay it one of 3 ways. You can, of course, you can come down to the court and pay it. Okay. You can pay it at any DIV kiosk in the city of Detroit. There's one outside the building. I understand they're at CVS is in Detroit, and I understand that I saw one at the Myers the other day. Okay. Or you can go on 36districtcourt.org, and you can pay it from the 36th District Court website.
Okay.
All right. So again, I'll tell you, like I told the other gentleman, if you find yourself in the position where you can't pay this for some reason by September 15th, you need to zoom back in so that we can see if we can find you some more time to get it paid.
Okay.
All right. All right. Anything further?
No, that'd be all. Thank you so much.
Thank you much, Mary. Have a very good day.
You do the same.
Thank you. Okay, Mrs. Gibbs, you're up next.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, I did say that I was going to try to make this a one-stop shop for you and everybody on the line.
Okay.
Just looking. Just a second. However, there is a ticket on here that is not in the file. And I want to give the city attorney an opportunity to take another look at this.
I'm trying to pay that ticket for the longest. Every time I go on the website to pay that ticket and I put my driver's license number in, it always tells me I'm not in the system.
I understand. What it is, and just for your information, whenever you get a misdemeanor, there's no way that you can just pay those tickets. You have to come to court in order for the ticket to be adjudicated, and then you'll find out what you may pay, what you may or may not pay. You may get the tickets dismissed. I don't know however it turns out, but a civil infraction, if it was a red light ticket, if it was a speeding ticket, then you could go online and pay those. However, I don't recommend that either. I recommend that you take every ticket.
Right.
Because if you just pay those civil infractions and it's a moving violation, then you're automatically accepting the points that go along with it. So I've turned it out a ROA, I thought. Did I not turn on the ROA up there?
I'm looking now. I was, yep, you did.
Yeah, the extra charge of no insurance misdemeanors.
Ariana.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Ms. Gibbs. And your attorney's on the line and he can hear this as well. So if you need a chance to speak with them about it, then I'll forward you that. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a driver's license before?
Yes, I have. I actually paid all my tickets off some years ago, and this is like the first ticket that I really get after I paid my license off. I paid like over $3,000 in ticket. So yes, I've had license before. Yes, I have.
Failure to display an improper plate.
Ariana.
So here's the deal. Mrs. Gibbs, and it's like I say, everybody's lucky they're zoomed in on this day because for some reason my courtroom prosecutor is being awfully generous. He's offering you the ability to plead to allowing an unlicensed person to drive and an improper plate, and then dismiss the other 3 tickets.
Okay.
So what that means is that both of those tickets that they're asking you to plead to are 0-point offenses, and they do not abstract to the Secretary of State. They are allowing an unlicensed person to drive. Both of them are misdemeanors, and he will allow you to do a 3-month delay like we did everyone else. And I don't know if you were listening, but the 3-month delay, that if
September
you pay the, you want to tell me?
No, I was listening to you. That's what I was telling you. I was listening to you.
All right. If you pay the fine on the allowing an unlicensed person to drive, then that case will be dismissed. And I will give you as much time as you need to pay these matters. And I'll also set a trial date if you like, and I'll also allow you in the breakout room with Mr. Potts if you like.
So what would be the cost that I would have to pay?
So you're looking at $480, and I see that you have a warrant fee on here for one of the tickets. That's the 2000.
When I first called about the tickets, because I had moved and they sent the tickets to my old address. When I first called about it, the clerk said that they were disputing the warrant. He said he was going to take the warrant off.
You didn't let me finish, Ms. Gibbs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, Judge.
Right.
My apologies.
So I will waive the warrant fee, but you're still going to have a $45 reinstatement fee.
Okay.
So that reinstatement fee, that $45 will not be a part of what we're dealing with today. That's going to be something that you can pay whenever you want to. But I'll just warn you that that's got to be paid before you get a clearance through the 36th District Court, okay?
Okay, so so the 480 I will have to pay with the 36th District Court, and the 45, would that be with the Secretary of State?
No, you would pay that with the 36th District Court as well, the 36th District Court as well. It's just not going to be a part of this order right here. That $45 is not something that's going to go into any late fees or anything like that. That $45, if you don't pay that, is just going to sit there and you won't get a clearance for the Secretary of State.
Okay, so the 480 plus $45. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll put this on the record. This is the City of Detroit versus Jacqueline Gibbs. Case number. Jasmine, I'm sorry, Jazzma.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Case number SP1148300, counts 1, 2, and 3, and case number SP9606891. Mrs. Gibbs, as I stated off the record, the offer here is to allow you to plead to one count of driving, allowing an unlicensed person to drive, a 0-point offense, 0 abstraction on a 3-month delayed sentence, which I will go one step further and I will dismiss this immediately upon payment. The other plea would be to an improper plate, was a 0-point offense, 0 abstraction. However, it's still a misdemeanor. And I will fine you $240 for each matter, and I'll dismiss the other 3 matters. Okay. It is my understanding that you would like to avail yourself of this offer, Mrs. Gibbs.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Ms. Gibbs, you understand that you have a right to a trial in the matter, right?
Yes.
And that by taking this deal, you're going to give up that right. You understand that?
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what you just stated on the record?
No.
And you're taking this offer on your own free will?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Gibbs, let me draw your attention to December 22nd, 2020, at around 2:28 p.m. in the area of Grand River and Strathmore in the city of Detroit, did you have an opportunity to be pulled over? I won't say opportunity, but did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police?
Yes, I did.
And at that time, were you driving a 2009 GMC?
Yes, Arcadia. Yes.
And did that GMC have improper license plates, meaning either the plates were expired or didn't have a plate on it at all?
The plates were expired.
The plates were, and you knew the plates were expired, is that correct?
Yes, I did. Unfortunately. What a sad. Hush, romance. I'm sorry. I have a bird. Let me hush.
All right. Mrs. Gibbs, let me draw your attention to the same day where you asked to produce a valid driver's license.
Yes.
And you couldn't produce that license, could you?
No, my license, I did not have time enough to renew my license. So no, I could not provide a valid driver's license.
Because that license was not valid at the time, right?
No, not at the time.
Okay. The court will accept your guilty plea to the amended count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. I will sentence you to $240 fine in that matter under a 3-month delayed sentence. And I will dismiss immediately upon payment of that $240. The court will also find you guilty of the improper plate, and I'll fine you another $240 in that matter. And what I did here, Mrs. Gibb, instead of, I'll just put the date 3 months in advance because you got the 3-month delayed sentence. Hopefully you can get these things paid off before, especially the allowing an unlicensed person to drive. As soon as you pay that one off, then that one will be closed out, dismissed like it never happened. So I would suggest that be the first one you pay. I will dismiss the other 2 matters, and keep in mind, I will waive the warrant costs, and keep in mind, Ms. Gibbs, that you have to pay the reinstatement fee.
Yes, the $45. Understandable.
That's not going to be a part of this order here.
Okay.
All right, any further questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great day. You and your bird.
Oh my God, how do I get off of this?
I'll take you. Okay, who's next?
Quick question.
Yes.
When you say that you apply that order, are you waiving?
No, I'm just telling them that they don't have to worry about, this case only deals with 2 fees at the $240 fees. They can choose to pay that other amount if they want to or not. I'm just letting them know that it's out there. I have a file here for Mr. Garner.
Yes.
This is, Mrs. Diamond Garner, okay.
Yes.
What are we doing with this? Why was this over there? Mr. Goss?
Yes, sir.
Why was this over there? What happened with Mrs. Garner?
It was additional charge.
It was additional charge? So, dismiss the additional one? So, I have here, Mrs. Garner and Mr. Potts, that the count 2 driving while license suspended, amended to failure to display. Then dismissing the other 2 counts.
I got my license, Judge.
All right, let me run the license, and he wants to see if it's valid, and I'll do that, and we'll call you back. That's a good deal. So, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great.
So, what we have here is let me check your name, see if there's anything else that we have to deal with. So, you understand that, let me see, that's gonna be a part of this. Mr. Potts, Mr. Bryant had 2 civil infractions that went along with this case. And the tickets are just before Christmas. So if you do your thing, then we'll see if I can grant him an opportunity for this to be heard. But the offer.
No,
the
you want to
offer
say?
here,
Oh, go ahead, Judge. Sorry.
sorry, the offer here is to plead to 1 count of improper plates. Mr. Bryant, that is a 0-point offense. That offense does not abstract. However, it is a misdemeanor. I'll charge you $240, and I will give you as much time as you need to pay.
Your Honor, with regards to the civil infractions, I would ask the court to set aside the defaults to those matters. As I understand, the court was actually closed around Christmas and did not open back up until January 4th. In the normal course of business, those civil infractions would follow the misdemeanor. So I just ask that those defaults be set aside. And those.
Let's do that on the record. Let me do that on the record. Mr. O'Brien, do you understand what's expected of you and what's been offered to you?
If I correct, you said pay $240 and I'll be good.
0-point offense, no abstraction, but it is a misdemeanor, yes.
Yes.
Now, if you have a defense, then you can take it to trial and put up any defenses that you might have. You may do better, you may do worse, you may do the same.
I'm good with the payment.
All right, let's put it on the record. This is the City of Detroit versus Demarius Stanford O'Brien. Case numbers SP 1143805, counts 1, 2, and 3. A counselor appears for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Coleman Potts, P78607, on behalf of Mr. O'Brien, who appears by Zoom. Mr. O'Brien, please state your name for the record, sir.
Demarius O'Brien.
Your Honor, today's date and time set for arraignment. For the purposes of arraignment, we'll waive a formal reading, stand mute, and a not guilty plea. There has been a recommendation that Mr. O'Brien can enter a plea to an unregistered vehicle, I believe, with the understanding that the remaining 2 matters will be dismissed. It has also come to my attention that Mr. O'Brien has 2 civil infractions that he got with these misdemeanors that subsequently won the default during the time the court was closed. I asked that the court set aside those defaults, and if the prosecutor is able to make an offer on those as well, taking into consideration that he's already pleading to 1 matter.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. O'Brien's behalf. The court will grant the motion to set aside the defaults. The offer is, as stated, plead to the improper plate. That's a 0-point offense, 0 abstraction, a $240 fine, and dismiss the other 2 civil infractions. It's my understanding, Mr. O'Brien, that you want to avail yourself to that offer.
Yes,
All right, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter?
I do.
Mr. O'Brien, you understand that you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes,
And you understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right to the trial?
yes.
And has anything offered, anybody promised you anything other than what I just stated on the record?
No.
And you're taking this offer on your own free will?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien, let me draw your attention back to December 22nd, 2020, around 1:41 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Grand Boulevard and Kipling Street. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police?
Yes.
And at that time, Mr. O'Brien, were you driving a 2012 Chevy white?
No.
You weren't driving a Chevy?
It's an 18 Malibu.
2018 Chevy, in white in color?
Silver.
Your Honor, if the car he was driving was silver and the ticket reflects that the car was white, I'm going to ask that this matter be dismissed for the ticket being facially deficient.
Mr. Goss? It's just the same thing, improper plates, no insurance, the ticket has white. He represents that the car is gray. And he made a motion that is facially deficient. Your response?
I think also P60162, we have in the city. Your Honor, I cannot tell from what information that he has. I said we set up a trial and let the officer to come in and make that decision on what actual vehicle color was that he actually pulled over and ticketed.
Mr. Potts?
I mean, the owner of the vehicle or the person who was operating the vehicle is present in court today. And he put on the record under oath that the vehicle was a different color. I don't think if the officer appears, the color of the vehicle is going to change on the ticket.
We stand here for arraignment, Your Honor, not to, I believe the officer has the opportunity to say what actually the vehicle was, and I haven't even seen the actual registration of the ticket, of the vehicle or anything of that. So I believe that it's best for an officer to be here in this matter.
I mean, if we were to accept the face of the ticket, the officer has represented that the vehicle was white. And Mr. O'Brien is currently here under oath, and he represented that the vehicle is in fact a different color, making the ticket facially deficient.
Well, the vehicle could have been painted after the fact, so that's why the officer needs to be here to make the determination of the time of date and time that he wrote the ticket, what color was the vehicle.
I mean, the court can voir dire Mr. O'Brien and ask him at the date and time and location we were actually pulled over, what color was the vehicle, and if the vehicle was a different color, then that still makes his ticket facially deficient.
That gives the officer, that's on his side, and the officer needs to be able to make it on his own, to make a determination and testify to exactly what he saw on that date. We only take on one side.
Okay, that's enough. Mr. Potts, I'm going to deny your motion. I do agree with counsel, even though I appreciate your advocacy. I do agree with counsel that we should have the officer allow the officer an opportunity to put his evidence and whatever he saw at the time of pulling the vehicle over to make those representations on the record. I will, however, allow Mr. O'Brien the opportunity to set this matter for a trial. I'll also keep the offer open.
What was the offer?
Improper plates.
He didn't have insurance at the time, so it's still improper plates.
That's a.
Oh, he's arguing that.
Yeah, he's not arguing that.
Okay. If I have to bring the officer in, Your Honor. You know what, Your Honor? Okay, I'll leave it open. But I just have concerns with bringing in an officer in just because of possibility of the vehicle color. You know, at the same time, he did not have insurance.
Say something. Oh.
So I'll leave it open, but I have reservations by leaving it open.
Well, he's still innocent until proven guilty, and this it would be just a question of fact whether he had the proper plates on the vehicle or insurance at the time.
Correct. However, it's the prosecution's on all our offers.
Yeah, it is. It is. I understand. So what's Mr. O'Brien, to give you a better understanding of what's going on, obviously your counsel raised a good point about the ticket being facially deficient. He made a motion, albeit I denied that motion for the simple fact is you're here under oath and you made the representation that the car is gray. We want to give the officer an opportunity to put on the record what he said and he said he saw. You very well may still win at trial, but what I'll do is I'll give you the opportunity to set a trial date, and I will keep the offer open. So essentially, you have nothing to lose here, but maybe some time. You have all the gain. So I'm going to leave it up to you and your counsel to determine what you want to do.
I'll take a trial.
All right. Okay, so July the 13th, 2021 is the trial date. And we'll have you back in at what time? At 9 a.m.?
9 o'clock.
At 9 a.m. Just zoom in and bring any sort of evidence that you have as it relates to the vehicle or any kind of evidence that you want the court to see. Other than that, it'll be their burden to prove you beyond a reasonable doubt that the car, that the allegations in the ticket. Okay, any other questions?
No, sir. Question. When I zoom in, do I use the same number?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And could you give me that date again?
July 13th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Potts?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. You can have a good day if you don't have any more questions, Mr. O'Brien.
All right. Thanks.
And thank you. Mrs. O'Neill.
Hello, Your Honor.
How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Ms. O'Neill, you have, let me make sure. What's going on here? Yeah. Do I have some discount code or something in there, or something messed up?
Yeah. It says Hardy. Good D01.
D01?
Yeah.
Same thing. Looks like you don't exist in here, Miss O'Neill.
I'll run the hard way.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. I got a ticket in front of me. Far away. I don't see this. Okay. I don't know why that happened like that. So, you have a couple other matters. What I'll do for you, even though despite the fact that you come in my courtroom smoking,
I apologize, Your Honor. I stopped this right up. I'm sorry.
Mr. Potts, Mrs. O'Neill has two matters that have gone into two matters. I don't see how this is. Oh, she pled guilty on this matter. And didn't take care of the other matter. Oh, she was found responsible. Oh, so it's nothing I can do. Okay, that's what the problem is. I have driver's license expired and leave the scene of an accident, property damage. The offer is plead straight up to the leave the scene of an accident, property damage, and dismiss the driver's license expired. I will fine $240. Is Garner still on? I will fine $240 that leaving the scene property damage, let's see. $1,630. So that, that's a 6-point offense. Mrs. O'Neill. So.
Wow.
That's the offer, Mr. Potts.
Yeah, I can speak to Miss O'Neill in the breakout room, Judge.
Okay. All right, let's go to, let's see what Mrs. Garner's got. What is who? Mrs. Garner's son. Yes.
Oh.
No, not yet. I want you to. Let you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Driving license suspended. Oh, Mrs. Garner.
Yes.
Are you there? Are you there, Mrs. Garner?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a driver's license before?
Yes.
So, I'm assuming, Mr. Goss, that you are going to. So I think that's why I put this aside, because it had this extra driving while license suspended on it.
That extra one?
Yeah, so it's 2 driving while license suspended. I have 2 driving while license suspended, 1 no insurance misdemeanor, and 1 unregistered untitled. 3 of them were had on one time, and the other one was had at another time. And along with the driving while license suspended, the first one that was sitting alone, she did have a no plates civil infraction that she paid. So the original offer was 1 count of failure to display. You allow him?
Huh?
You allow him?
That's a whole lot. How was her driving?
Well, I don't know, but I know that she did take the steps and pay. Still one infraction, she's gonna get points for that.
Right, so I guess my thing is.
No plates, it's 2 points, right?
I believe so.
Your Honor, you may have to just close the breakout room 1 in order to get her out of there.
She doesn't know how to get out?
Correct.
All right. All right, let's see, so.
Yeah.
Ms. Garner,
Yes, sir.
you have a lot of background noise. Is there something,
My kids in the room.
can you go into another room?
Yes.
All right, so what do you want to, Mr. Potts?
Close your door, Mama. Y'all too loud. The judge said he hear y'all. The judge, I'm on court. He said y'all too loud. I'm close the door.
How did your driving record look, Ms. Garner?
I paid off all my tickets, sir. I don't have no tickets, and I got my driver's license.
No, I understand that. Is it gonna be, if we pull your driver's license, is it gonna be one page or multiple pages of infractions?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know, but I should
You
have.
know about
I just know what I paid so far to get my license back. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Is it gonna be one page or is it gonna be multiple pages?
I'm not sure because I had when I first got my license back, I had a lot of tickets and stuff and driver's records back then, but I'm not for sure how many pages, sir.
All right. So
But right now it should be one page because I'm clean. I don't know.
and you got a valid license?
Yes.
All right. Here's another gift in June. What we'll do is offer you an allowing an unlicensed person to drive under a 3-month delayed sentence. You will have the opportunity to pay this $240, and upon payment, I'll dismiss that charge, and the other charges will be dismissed.
Okay.
Is that something you want to avail yourself to?
Yeah, so I'll be paying what again?
$240.
$240.
I don't know why you tell me that you have a license. No.
Yes.
How do you tell me you have a license?
Oh, I thought I had to tell you.
Huh?
I thought I should have told you.
You told me you have a license.
Yes.
And that's not true, is it?
What's not true?
That you don't have a driver's license.
Yes, I just got my driver's license on May the 12th. I took my picture ID.
Look at this.
That is my person I ran, right?
I don't know if it's the right person.
What's the name?
Diamond, Arlena, Garner.
Right. Date of birth the same?
So I don't know what's going on. I got my driver's license ID right now. It just not too long came in the mail.
Ms. Garner, is there any way you can turn your camera on?
It was suspended May 21st. It just got suspended May 21st.
Because of this ticket then?
Yes.
When did you say you got a license?
I took my picture on May the 12th, 2021.
All right, and you got
$18.
and it's back suspended again because of these issues here.
Yeah, to June 19th.
Secretary of State.
Huh?
It's not showing at the Secretary of State, you said?
That's what it's showing, suspended.
Wow, I don't understand, sir.
Well, I trust that you're telling the court the truth. What I think has happened is you got your license back before this stuff has been entered in. And once this stuff was entered in, then your license was taken away again without your knowledge. I don't know if you changed your address, or I know it's been problems with the mail. Are we still gonna give her the opportunity to take that?
Yes, Your Honor, because after this, her license should be reinstated when she pays the reinstatement fee. Because she missed her court day on May 3rd. That's what happened.
Okay, because you were supposed to be in court on May 3rd and you missed that date. That's what suspended your license again.
I went to court on May 3rd at 8:30. I think I did.
All right. Be that as it may.
Deborah, and she told me to pay. I had to pay $265 that day.
Yeah, that's entered, and that wasn't entered in the computer either. She paid it, but somebody didn't enter that in the computer.
Oops. What happened on
Just
May
saw
3rd? You know.
What's ticket? What's ticket you're in?
That one you just told me about,
was dated
SP 1134141.
3414.
He just told me about that. She paid it.
Okay.
Yes, I paid that ticket.
Hold on, Ms. Garner, hold on.
Okay.
She paid the FTD, right?
Yes, you paid the FTD on there.
Okay.
And
So that's what suspended her license till June 19th.
So June 19th.
June 19th.
See what I'm saying about those FTD?
Yeah, but,
I know, it's not June. I know.
yeah, but more importantly, I know why
Listen,
I didn't do anything else because of all
I
this.
know. Ms. Garner, okay, here's what we're gonna do, right? You're gonna be suspended until June 19th, based on what happened on May 3rd. And what happened, we do see that you paid, is in the system that you paid. But once you take a plea to a failure to display, even though it's a no point offense, it still abstracts to the Secretary of State. And that abstraction goes to the Secretary of State, then they automatically suspend you for 30 days or so.
Because for a driving record.
Yeah, and Mrs. Garner, I don't know if you can see what I'm holding up. How old are you?
33.
I got about 33 pages of driving of I don't know what in here. This is the biggest driving record I've seen since I've been practicing law. So
I had my license 2017 or 2018. I got my first driver's license. Then I just got them back this May.
I understand that. But if you keep driving the way you're driving, you'll never get another license again. So
yeah,
what we're gonna do for you today, so that you don't get compounded on everything, is we're gonna offer you allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That's a 0 point offense. That's no abstraction, and we'll dismiss the other stuff. You're gonna have to pay the $240. And it seems like you're gonna have to wait till June to go back to the Secretary of State and get your license again. But they won't know about this.
Your Honor, also state that no more deals after this.
And my courtroom prosecutor told me he's gonna remember you. He's gonna have this on his desk. He's not gonna give you any more deals if you come back in the courtroom with another driving infraction. You're gonna have to eat everything that you get.
So what is that? What is driving infraction?
Running a red light, speeding, anything. Either you're gonna have to pay the ticket straight up, or you're gonna have to take it to trial and make them prove you guilty. He's not gonna give you an offer to resolve it anymore. This is kind of ridiculous, Ms. Garner.
I didn't. When the last time I ran the red light, sir?
I'm just talking about anything you got traffic related. If you come in here, he's not going to be willing to give you a deal anymore.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So, do you want to avail yourself of that offer today?
So what about the May 3rd? What about the $265 I just paid that judge?
That's paid. That's in the system paid.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So if you take this deal today, you're gonna owe another $240.
Plus reinstatement.
Plus, well, I don't see any reinstatement fees.
Since your license is suspended.
I don't think so. It would
My
have. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about any reinstatement fees, not that I see right now.
She got 4 days and she got no license should reinstate automatically. No reinstatement fees, her license should.
At least I didn't see one on that particular.
Did you hear that, Ms. Garner?
No, what he say?
He says it looks like you got about 4 days, and if you that she doesn't have to pay this because in 4 days, it'll automatically be reinstated.
Right.
It seems like your license is gonna automatically be reinstated, so in 4 days, so
Don't drive
be
those
careful.
days.
Don't get out there driving, catch the bus or Uber or something until you get a license.
So they will reinstate my license in 4 days.
Yes. June 19th.
Okay, so that's June 19th.
All right. So today, do you want to take?
Okay.
Do you want to take this deal that's been offered to you?
Yeah, so what I'm getting offered with again, to make everything clear?
You're being offered allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That's a 0-point offense. That offense does not abstract to the Secretary of State. That'll be a 3-month delayed sentence. What that means is, I'll even go one step further than that. If you pay the $240, as soon as you pay the $240, we'll dismiss the case like it never happened.
Okay.
And we'll dismiss everything else.
Okay. So can I pay today?
All right, let's put it on the record, all right? This is the city of Detroit versus Diamond Arlena Garner, case number SP 1145284 SP 1157097, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mrs. Garner, the court does recognize that you paid a no plate ticket that rode along with this ticket. So
I got my plate.
Pardon me?
I have my plates on my vehicle.
No, I'm talking about at the time you got this ticket, you did pay the no plate ticket that you had. So that's another reason why the court is, the city attorney is availing you of this most generous offer that he has. But as I stated off the record, Ms. Garner, you have been offered the ability to plead to 1 count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That's a 0-point offense that does not abstract, and that is a 3-month delayed sentence. I said I'll go one step further, that and I'll fine you $240. And if you do pay that $240, that case will be immediately dismissed upon payment, okay? And the other cases will be dismissed. Mrs. Garner, is my understanding that you want to avail yourself to that offer?
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Garner, can you please raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter?
Yes.
Or you can put your hand down. Mrs. Garner, let me draw your attention to, let's see which one. Let me draw your attention to December 22nd, 2020 at 7:58 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Warren and Stanton Street. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police on that day, Mrs. Garner?
You said in December?
In December 22nd, 2020. A couple of days before Christmas.
What I don't remember though, but I don't remember. What kind of car did it say, sir?
Chevy 2008 in the area of Warren Avenue and Stanton.
Yes, I believe I was driving. I don't know. I thought.
You got. Let's see this one then. Let's see this one. All right, Mrs. Garner, on January 26, 2021, at around 9:52 p.m. in the area of Joy Road and Memorial in the city of Detroit. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police on that day?
Yes, that's the first time that I thought that I got a no pay ticket around that time. Yes, I remember.
All right. And at that time, did the officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license, Mrs. Garner?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hear a yes or no, Ms. Garner.
Yes.
Okay. And you couldn't produce a driver's license on that day, could you, Ms. Garner?
No, but I didn't know that it was suspended, but I still have my first driver's license.
Ms. Garner, I don't need the extra explanation. This is a simple process. You couldn't produce that license. Why couldn't you produce that license on that day?
I had a driver's license that I didn't know that it was suspended though until I had to go to court.
Ms. Garner, you couldn't produce a driver's license on that day because on that day your license was suspended. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. The court will accept as a factual basis, and the court will amend this ticket to allowing an unlicensed person to drive. That's a 0-point offense, 0 abstraction. The court will take that under a 3-month delayed sentence, and I'll go one step further. I'll fine you $240, and I will dismiss the ticket as immediately upon payment. Mrs. Garner, I will dismiss the other matters. I'm going to give you until September 15th to pay that ticket. But I will tell you this, if you pay that ticket, the sooner you pay that ticket, the sooner this case goes away. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any further questions?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Garner, you got to pay $240 if you're find yourself in the position at around September 15th and you haven't been able to make that payment. I would ask for you to zoom back in and to ask for some more time, because I don't want to see you lose the delayed sentence, and I don't want to see this turn into a bigger thing than what it is now. Okay?
Yes.
Any other questions?
No.
All right, you're getting a very good deal today, Mrs. Garner. Please be careful when you're driving, and please try not to get any other tickets. I know you don't try to, but no. you gotta be careful. This driving record is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, sir. So all I gotta do is pay is $240.
Yep, you know how to make that payment, don't you? I know you do.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day.
Okay. Because I'm going to court today. It's not going to be registered and probably until tomorrow, and I can go online and put in the SP, put the case number in, and it should pop up, right?
Yeah, write this case number down.
It'll be in there today.
Okay, just one moment.
He said it'll be in there today.
Oh, it'll be here today?
Yes.
Next 15 minutes.
In about 15 minutes.
Let me get a pen. I need to write this case number down. Where that unicorn pen just went. Yeah, give me a seat. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm ready for the for the case number.
All right, the case number is SP 11570971.
Okay, SP 11570971.
Correct. $240.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. By September 15th, 21.
Can you give me some clarification on that?
Allowing an unlicensed person to drive.
But that's on which ticket? This one.
That's going to be on. Failure to display. That's an improper plate. So it's going to be on the failure to display. It's going to be on this one.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. O'Neill.
Can you keep the traffic record in the file?
No. You still got it.
Hold on, Your Honor.
Driver record on file with that.
We don't keep
Okay.
it. You want it?
Thank you for your patience, ma'am. I do understand you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Potts. Mr. Potts, what are we gonna do?
I'd like to set this matter for a bench trial, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's do it. Let me just pull this up one more time. So again, Ms. O'Neill, let me say to you that you have two, you have a careless driving that you already pled to, and you have a no ops that you already pled to, probably admitted to failure to display, more than likely. And you owe a significant amount of money on those cases. You know that, don't you?
I've paid one. I have to pay on the other stuff.
And I see that you owed, on two of these cases, you may have paid on a related case. So it looks like you had a driving while license suspended that you must have paid.
I know, I'm taking care, I know all my fines I have to pay and I'm taking care of it this month.
Okay. All right. Let's go. This is the City of Detroit versus Cassandra Lee O'Neill, case numbers SP 1148276, counts 1 and counts 2. It is my understanding through your counsel, Mrs. O'Neill, that you wish to set these matters for a bench trial. Or,
yes,
well, let me answer this. Mr. Potts, is that going to be, well, what we'll do is this. We'll set it for a bench trial. You have the right to a jury trial, Mrs. O'Neill. I'm setting this, let me finish. I'm setting this for a bench trial so that you can have an opportunity to work this thing out with your, work this thing out on the date of the trial. If you find, in fact, that you want a trial by jury, then we'll set it for another date. If you find that you can't work it out on that date, you do have that right. We're not going to waive your right to a jury trial. You would be the one that have to do that anyway, and the prosecutor would have to accept that. But you won't be giving up any of your rights. You'll just have an opportunity to work this out on that date with the officer. And then if you can't and you find yourself, you want a jury trial, then we'll schedule you a jury trial, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna have you back for trial on July the 13th, 2021 at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Any further questions, Ms. O'Neill?
No, that's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a great day, and I thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Potts. That seems like that's it.
Thank you, Judge. You all have a good day. And Louis, I called you back yesterday, but if you want to give me a call back later.
Okay.
All right.
Very good job. Very good job as usual, Mr. Potts.
Thanks, Judge. You all have a good day.
Okay, this is the one. I think it's the one. Was this dismissed? Not the other. The recommendation don't refer to
Yeah,
this.
I told them to rewrite the recommendation.
So it's gonna be dismissed?
So everything is gonna be dismissed except for these two.
I got those. It's just that one.
Yes, all of them, all the other ones will be dismissed, yes. That wasn't written on there, so.
Hold on. Okay.
Yes.
We on mute. Still live.